Right, so the Urgot rework just got released, and Jesus fucking Christ, it's to the point where he is so far flung from what he is today that it might as well be a totally different champion. Like, can I ask you a question? Any rioter that is unlucky enough to have stumbled upon my video, or you know, you guys as an audience, how the hell do you go from this to this? I mean, fucking hell, I've heard of puberty hitting you hard, but this is some next level shit. Maybe with this rework, we might see the Snowman Urgot skin that I refuse to let people forget about in the Happy Elf Teemo splash art. That's right, never forget. But yeah, in a rare occurrence, I'm actually going to do an RIP video of a champion before they actually get changed. And I know you might think that it's incredibly presumptuous of me to make such a video before we even know if the new Urgot is even any good. But if you were saying that, have you ever played Urgot like in the last few months? Urgot is a champion that has always been so fucking bizarre to me. I mean, he was an AD carry for a while, then occasionally you'd see him pop up in mid, and then he's kind of taken a little bit of interest in top lane too. I don't really think that anybody really knows quite what the hell this guy actually is. He's like a jack of all trades that can go pretty much anywhere you want, but he does not only not excel at anything, he shits the bed on pretty much every front. And yeah, he's annoying as shit with his poke, but honestly, for a pretty long time, I've just seen Urgot as the really, really sick dog of the League of Legends world that really just kinda needs to be put out of their misery. Riot have tried many times, but since Urgot is a fucking undead zombie battle creature, he apparently has not given a shit about any of those attempts. So in a bid to appease him, he's just kinda been fused with the Mechano Spider from World of Warcraft, and now he looks absolutely terrifying. Seriously, if you haven't seen his new rework, look at this ulti. This is fucking nightmare fuel. And it can pull you from anywhere on the map. I cannot wait to see the inevitable Vandrel videos of Urgot pulling people from base to base through TPs or something else, because if he hooks you with this and you get low enough, it doesn't matter where you disappear to on the map. Urgot will fucking drag you into his terrifying little gears of death and grind you up like he's the walking equivalent of a Mortal Kombat fatality. I mean, he even has the Scorpion "get over here" thing pretty much down perfectly. As well as that, Riot have finally decided on his home, and it's going to be top lane. Finally, we have a fucking place for this champion, and he has got somewhere that he is able to be built by Riot to excel in that role. He's not just going to be thrown across the map haphazardly like we have absolutely no idea what the fuck to do with him. They're actually gearing him towards an actual position instead of him being able to do 3 different positions horribly. And I'm sorry if I'm triggering you Urgot mains out there, but to be honest, there are so few of you out there that I'm fairly certain that I could probably take all of you on at once in a fight. I have probably masturbated more times during the reading of this script than there are Urgot mains on planet Earth. And that's 0 times I've masturbated during this video, by the way. Or is it? Maybe I am just actually as retarded as Urgot looks, but I had pretty much no bastarding fun when I was playing this character. I'm waiting for a slurry of comments from challenger Urgot mains telling me that I actually should have quantified the square root of my dick length and flashed it 7 minutes and 12 seconds into this video whilst doing a backflip and hitting Q constantly like the fucking drinking bird that I am on speed. But to be honest, I guarantee these are the exact same kind of people that for whatever reason think that Uraraka from Boku no Hero Academia is the best girl on the show instead of it being my beautiful frog princess Sue. Based Sue. Wait, what are we talking about? Urgot. Oh yeah, there we go. So, we're just going to quickly run down the archaic abilities of Urgot, and yeah, you know what? I used to really like Urgot, except that was 6 years ago, and League of Legends 6 years ago is about as similar to League of Legends today as Uraraka is to Sue. I said I wasn't gonna fucking bring that up again, damn it. So I should preface this next section by saying, I did pretty decent on Urgot. Just take a look at my scores. See? I got 11 kills in like one of the games. That's impressive and stuff, right? So I think I know my stuff about Urgot. His passive makes the enemy do reduced damage to him by about 15%, which refreshes every time you attack or Q them, which is great if you weren't built like the ugliest, most deformed pinata that had ever been manufactured on the Rift. His Q shoots out a little spike that deals damage, It's a button that you basically have to be spamming at all times in between auto attacks if you want to even do the most minuscule amount of damage possible. However, since I'm playing him top lane, it does about as much fucking damage as a pygmy chicken tickling a giant's arsehole. To compensate for this, his W gives him a shield, which slows enemies when it's active if he auto-attacks them. This is supposed to make him a chitin god, and it really actually can do the trick sometimes. It is undeniably the worst thing in the world trying to run away from an Urgot, and he decides that he wants to slow you for fucking 40% with every single hit on his Q until he runs you into the fucking ground. However, to do that, you'll need his E, which is a little grenade that you shoot out. It hits the target location, doing a little bit of damage over time, reducing armor, and making the enemy locked onto, which allows you to target them, firing your Q over a pretty huge distance. If an enemy is squishy and tries to run from this, they are not going to have a fun time doing that. However, it's got a decently long cooldown, which, since it's pretty easy to either bait out or avoid altogether if you just get a little bit of range, it's not the best thing in the world, and hilariously enough, your Q does not prioritize champions during this, so if the enemy is in their minion wave, there's a very, very large chance that you're going to sausage finger and end up using one of your very, very crucial Qs on a minion that's just walking past, which will make you look like a bronze 19 player who lost his fucking fingers to diabetes. And finally, to top all of that off, his ultimate was Hyperkinetic Position Reverser, an ability that if you used on a champion, would swap the position of you and that enemy after a very short channel. It granted up to 50% damage reduction for 5 seconds after you used it, but if you did this in a team fight to engage, it would very much be a case of who can kill the out of position retard faster, causing unreal amounts of panic and confusion as your team suddenly finds a Renekton has just been fucking teleported into the middle of their team, and you are sitting in front of 4 other people who are ready to rip what little face you have left off. You do fear people for 1.5 seconds after you do this though that are around you when you land, but whether or not that is enough time to escape an extremely pissed off Ari and Karma trio pre-made who have just had their buddy teleported into the enemy is another question altogether. Ultimately though, this kind of all culminates in a skill set that is it's just fucking old. Everything about Urgot just feels old and clunky as shit, and it's a champion that has for a long time been one of the least played champions of all time. In fact, I think he's actually still sitting as the least played champion right now, and the only change that is seen and the only increased play rate that he's ever actually seen is because people want to try him out before his fucking rework to see how bad he was. The only possible hope you have in a game with Urgot, if you're playing them, is the fact that half the players that play League of Legends today have never ever actually seen the character in game before because his play rate is so minuscule, or they're only hearing about Urgot, or they're only learning about what he does because of the rework and they're interested to know what the hell he did before and who the hell this character even is to see what is actually being reworked. They'll have zero idea what the hell the character does, and that is pretty much the only possible advantage you could ever have in a lane. I know the character is supposed to look ugly as shit, but even by ugly as shit standards, he's actually fucking topping the charts on that one, which is pretty much the only chart he's ever going to top in League of Legends when it comes to any other champion. Still though, I do have 100% win rate on him right now from playing him, even despite the fact that in 2 of my games, the first 2 that I played in fact, I had a total of about 15 deaths and literally only 1 assist that I got at the end when we were taking the Nexus because I was trying to make my score look not as shit as it actually was. So who knows, maybe I'm wrong, because I know I obviously carried those games hard. Maybe there is some good parts about old Urgot. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But this is one of the champions that I am actually happy to see put out to pasture. It has been a very, very, very long time coming, and I don't think many people are going to look back in admiration of the old versions of Urgot and the way that they do with things like AP Master Yi or old AP Taric, which was fucking disgusting as well, by the way. Another one coming. Still, every single person deserves a proper burial with equally proper respect. So, if you guys would be as kind enough to join me with your Fs in the comment section as we pay our respects to the juggernaut that survived 7 years without any love. Finally getting some. RIP Urgot. So guys, thank you very much for watching that RIP. I know, yeah, okay, he's not actually out yet. We don't know how he's going to play. He might also play like dog shit, but I was excited because, you know, I used to play a little bit of Urgot, but he's fucking awful, and I had to do it. It had to be done, you know? But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you want to drop your suggestions as well as the Fs in the comment section, I would really, really appreciate that. As well as this, I uploaded a video that wasn't League of Legends yesterday called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on steroids, which I thought was really, really funny. My computer is definitely not good enough to run PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, but I think that there was some funny stuff in there. Not saying I'm gonna do, you know, a tremendous amount more, because I know they get no fucking views because you guys are only interested in League of Legends, but still, give it a shot, you know, because I play other video games too. I don't record them, but I sometimes play other ones. But yeah, as well as that, we got a busy month coming up, and I hope you guys are ready for lots and lots more videos. I'm gonna be at a couple of events. There's gonna be Insomnia Scotland, which is 21st for the gamers, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Which is going to be 27th in Aberdeen. These are all Scottish events, by the way. If you're not from Scotland, fuck you, because yeah. I'm sorry. Please don't unsubscribe. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Hit a like if you did, and whew, summer's here. Let's get it. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy.